Hey everyone, it's Alyssa and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title, I got a wedding planner. Previously I was using this bullet journal that I just set up, and it has a couple of wedding spreads in it, and I will still be using stuff like my wedding expense tracker because I don't think this one has a lot of budgeting stuff in it, but I wanted to get just like a dedicated wedding planner. I will be taking my bullet journal with me when I go places, but this will probably be like home base for everything to do with our wedding. And I found mine at Aldi. This is a Pembroke wedding planner. It's 12 months, but it's like undated, so obviously you can put in your own dates for what works with your wedding. And it was $9. So I had to pick up another one, and I have that for you guys as a giveaway. So stay tuned to the end of the video for details on how to win one of these. And I also have a second planner that I'm going to be giving away for those of you that are watching this video for some reason but aren't planning a wedding. It is actually a parent planner. I saw this one and I picked it up for one of my friends, but her kids are a little young for this one and she already has like a home parent planner. So I figured I'd give it away to you guys. So this one is great for parents, obviously, and I'll be giving away both of these. So this one will be mine. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off this little thingy. They had, at my Aldi at least, a lot of these wedding ones. They had one parent planner and they had a lot of baby planners. So I don't know if they also had like school planners at one point and they were just out of them, but those are the three that I saw. And this is being filmed in January 2020. So if you have an Aldi near you, definitely go check it out. So I've thumbed through it a little bit in the store, but I haven't really gone through it in depth. So I wanted to film like my first reactions to it and setting up a few things. So you guys are seeing it as I'm seeing it. I'm gonna open that back up. So it comes with a bookmark ruler, so you can stick this on the current day, and then you also have a little straight edge and a ruler. And so you get to the dashboard and it says, "Every love story is beautiful, but ours is my favorite." And it just basically says who this belongs to. So under bride, I'm gonna put my name, of course. And then for email, I'm going to share a tip for you guys. I actually created an email address for our wedding, just because there's so many websites you're going to be going to that are like wedding specific and you have to create an account, or you just don't want all of that stuff going to your main email, especially if your main email has a ton of stuff already going to it. You might miss some important emails from vendors, or you know, once your wedding's over, you can just kind of close the account and not have all those like subscription lists being flooded into your inbox. So like, I know the Knot emails me like every day basically, like with some sort of wedding tips, and once the wedding's over, I'm not gonna really want to have that stuff in my inbox anymore. So I'm gonna put our wedding email. So I should have put that a little bit more centered, but that's okay. Our wedding email is just our wedding hashtag, but at gmail.com. So it is from Altar to Walters. Walters will be my new last name, and you guys actually helped me come up with that. I was drawing such a blank when it came to our wedding hashtag, and I just kind of asked you guys over on Instagram, and a lot of you guys thought of From Altar to Walters, and I loved that one. So I'm gonna leave phone blank just for obvious reasons, and then write our wedding hashtag down here. Okay, so that's the little home page all filled out. And so this front page, it is basically just your top 10 tips for wedding planning. And let's see. I love that number one is set a budget. I know that is definitely the most important part of planning a wedding, at least for most people. I know there are some people in this world who are fortunate enough to have basically an endless budget for their wedding, but for most people that's not going to be the case. So love all these tips. And we have a how we met page where you can put pictures from like when you guys first started dating, and then our engagement. So I'm assuming you write here all about the proposal and everything. So that's what I will be doing. Quick reference vendor contact list. So we have a spot for wedding planner, officiant, florist, stationer, reception venue, ceremony venue, caterer, cake baker, liquor store if you're supplying your own alcohol, photographer, videographer, transportation, bridal shop, seamstress slash tailor, tuxedo rental, hair and makeup, and then a bunch of spots for other, and then DJ and musician slash band. For me personally, we're doing a pretty DIY wedding and on a pretty low budget and just like low key in general. So I won't have a lot of these things. Like I don't think I'm having a DJ. My mom's baking the cake. We're probably gonna go to a restaurant, so we won't really need like a caterer. We'll just be like catering through a restaurant is my guess. So, but still this is a great place to have everyone just like listed out and all their contact info. And then we have the wedding party. So we have the bride side and the groom side, maid of honor, a bunch of bridesmaids. I definitely won't need that many. And then the groom side and ring bearer, all of that good stuff. So we have wedding events at a glance. So it gives you a bunch of events that come along with a typical wedding. So engagement party, which we have already done. Bridal shower, oh there's two, so three spots for 3 bridal showers. Some people do like one with the bride's side, one with the groom's side, and like one at work or something, I would assume. I will have one. I can only handle so much of like me being the center of attention before I just kind of like shut down. So they also have bachelor party, bachelorette party, ceremony, rehearsal dinner, reception, ceremony, day after brunch, and leaving for your honeymoon. So you just kind of write the dates here and where they will be occurring. And then we have a 9 to 14 months before page. So this just gives you a list of what you need to be doing during that time. And I'm gonna go through and see if there's anything that we haven't done. So interview and book a wedding planner. I wish our budget included a wedding planner, but I don't think it does, so I probably will not be using one. We have selected our wedding party. Guest lists, this is still kind of depending on a venue. We need to know how many people we can have. We want to keep it really, really low key with as few people as possible, so that's all kind of still up in the air. Book your venues. So we're gonna have a separate place for reception and ceremony. The ceremony, really, I don't really know if it can be booked. Like I know you can do reservations and everything, but it's not the kind of thing where you like need to book super far in advance. It's basically like a city property. We've definitely started researching photographers, videographers, stuff like that. Have your engagement ring insured. I have not done that, but I do like the idea of doing that. If you guys have any recommendations for where you got your ring insured, definitely let me know. I like how there's a spot down here for you to add your own checklist items and then a spot over here for notes. I think that's really helpful. And then we have the same thing for 6 to 8 months out, 4 to 6 months out, 2 to 4 months out, the month of the wedding, and the week of the wedding. So I love that, having just a great spot with all those lists. I do kind of have a checklist over in my bullet journal, but this is more room and just like more flushed out. So I really like that. So then we have details about the wedding, the overall vision, wedding colors. I'll probably go to like Home Depot and get paint swatches and then cut out circles and glue them in here so we have the exact colors. I just have seen that work really well. But once we figure that out, we kind of need to know the date of the wedding before I can really decide colors. But I kind of have an idea because I've purchased some things for the wedding already. Themes and styles, wedding must-haves, ideas and pictures. So this is basically like a Pinterest board for your wedding, but just pasted down on paper. Bride's dress, wedding colors again, so to just kind of keep in mind, themes and styles, photos of dresses that you are interested in. And I actually have purchased a dress that I really like, but I also got dresses sent to me from JJ's house, which a lot of you guys said that you ordered yours through them and really liked them. So I have 4 dresses that I will be trying on camera for you guys from JJ's house to let you know how their dresses are, since they are very affordable. And then we have hair and makeup. Same thing, your ideas, details, groom's attire, wedding party attire, so bridesmaids and groomsmen, flowers, decorations, cake, and then this one's blank, so you can add whatever you want here. If you want to do like, I don't know, like music, you can do, I'm not sure what else you would put there. I feel like they covered most of the bases, but there is a spot if you have more stuff they need to have laid out. So this is where the monthly stuff goes. So I will start this one whenever we can like really start wedding planning. And so I love this because it has you pick your own, you date it yourself, and then it gives you stuff that you need to plan this month. You can write your own little checklist, places you need to call, places you need to go to shop, notes, and then down here there's a countdown. So it says how many months and how many days until your wedding. So super cute. And then we have just like a master to-do list for the month, and then notes for that month as well. More notes and a little dotted page for more notes and more notes. So really nice that there's a lot of places to have notes. And then same thing for the next month. And I'm gonna see if there's anything at the end. Oh yeah. Okay, so at the end, this is, I'm assuming, where a lot of budget stuff is happening. That's exciting. Okay, so I haven't even seen these pages yet. So we have budget tracker. We've got ceremony, reception, attire, wedding bands, flowers and decorations, stationery, music, videography and photography, transportation and hotel, and favors and gifts. I think that's it. So it gives you a spot to put what your budget is for these things and then the actual cost. So that's really great to keep track of. And I don't really have anything to put in here yet, but this will be great to have in the future. And then we have officiant and ceremony sites. So we have a place for the officiant. There's 2 contacts for your ceremony site. So I think this is like kind of helping you choose who to have. So if you have like 2 main officiants that you're deciding between, you can put both of their information down here just for reference. And same thing for ceremony sites. You can have 2 that you're kind of deciding between and have all the details down here. And then we have reception venues. So it also gives you some good things to consider when you're picking your reception venue, like guest capacity, how the things can be set up in the space, like chairs, tables, dance floor, proximity to the ceremony site, how long you want your party to be able to go on for, what services are included, and any restrictions when it comes to that reception site. So really great stuff to keep in mind. Catering gives you a bunch of places to keep track of some catering companies. And then once you pick one, it gives you spots to put the wedding meal. So hors d'oeuvres, salad or soup, the meal, side dishes, dessert, and then like a spot for final menu. Stocking the Bar. So this one's all about alcohol. So we have different companies that you could be going with for that. Gives you a number of bottles that you need for champagne, red wine, white wine, and beer. And then same thing for Cake Baker. This one I know already because my mom is a great wedding cake baker and she will be making my wedding cake. But we have a spot for the wedding cake and the groom's cake. And keep track of all of that. Bride's dress gives you 2 places where you might want to go, or like 2 designers. Oh, so I think it's the dress company and then the like fitting company, because it says first fitting on this day, second fitting on the other day. And then we have hairstylist, trial appointment, and wedding day appointment. Makeup, same thing. The artist you're going with, the trial appointment date, and the wedding appointment date. Groom's attire. A spot for invitations, a spot for a florist. Cocktail hour music. Reception music. Oh, okay. So it gives you a spot to put like the specific songs that you want when all these things are happening, like when the wedding party enters the reception, when the groom and bride enter, when the father and daughter dance happens, mother and son dance, first dance, and the last song of the night. Also gives you a spot to have songs that you really want played and songs that you don't want played. Then we have photography, 3 companies that you're deciding between. And then we also have a spot for places that, or photography things that you might not think of, like having an engagement session, having someone photograph your rehearsal dinner, someone photograph your entire wedding weekend, happy hour the night before, a photo booth. Some people do like a bridal session or like a trash the dress session afterwards, so you could think of that too. And then we have a list of shots that you might want to have your photographer have. Personally, when I book a photographer, it's because I'm confident they're gonna have it under control. I don't think I'll be handing them a list of shots like bride getting ready, shots of bouquets, like that's stuff that a photographer is gonna get. So the kiss, wow, if your photographer misses the kiss, that's not great. And then there's other important things, and I think this is more useful, like if you say you want a shot of the bride, her mother, and her grandmother, like that might be something that they could keep in mind. But all of this stuff I feel like they are gonna get down if you're hiring a professional. Same thing for videographer. We have a spot for 3 companies that you could be choosing from, a spot for hotels for your guests, transportation companies, and just other. So any other companies that you could be needing on the day of. We have a bunch of spots for other. Then we have honeymoon planning. So this is a little extensive, which is very helpful. I haven't even started thinking about the honeymoon. I think if I'm being like realistic, TJ and I will probably take a honeymoon like maybe a year after our wedding, like for our first anniversary. I just can't imagine that we'll have a bunch of money to pay for a honeymoon also. So we'll see about that. But this is really helpful for those of you that are having a honeymoon right after your wedding, for sure. Rehearsal dinner, food and drinks, menu, drinks for that. And then we have guest list. So this is where you can keep track of everyone that is invited to your wedding. You can keep track of, so like let's say the Walters family. Number invited, I would put like 5 or something, you know. Instead of putting everyone's names like specifically, you could put, I mean there is a large enough box for you to write everyone's names, but it's easier to just keep track like by address. So everyone at the Walters family will get 1 invite, is basically what that means. Number invited, number attending, notes as far as like what they've decided for their meal, when they'll be arriving into town, any special needs or accommodations, and then a spot for you to keep track of the gift that they gave you, and then a little envelope icon with a check mark. So I don't know if that means you sending out a thank you or you sending out their invite. I'm not sure, but that can probably just be up to you. And then at the bottom of this page, it says total invited and attending for page 1. And then it goes through so you have 7 pages of wedding guests with 17 spots per page. So you have enough room for 119 different invitations. So that would be for a pretty large wedding. And then at the bottom of this page, it says grand total of invited and attending guests. And then we have seating chart information. So for each table number, who is sitting where, and then a seating diagram. So basically just gives you a spot to sketch out your own seating chart. I think personally we'll probably be doing like a sweetheart table with just TJ and I, and then everybody else at other tables. I was recently a part of a wedding where this is how they did it, and I really liked it. Especially for people who are in your wedding party and have a +1 and that person doesn't know anyone else at the wedding. The maid of honor or the matron of honor at this wedding and one of her other bridesmaids both had kids and a significant other at the wedding. So it was really nice for them to be able to sit with their family during the reception. So I really liked how that worked out. And then you just have a bunch of little like note pages for the seating chart. Registry tips and thank you note tips. Stuff to register for. Very extensive looking stuff that you wouldn't think of, like an iron and an ironing board, a vacuum. TJ and I will have a lot of stuff on our registry, I'm pretty sure, because we both still live at home, so we don't have a lot of things. Where you registered for gifts. Oh, okay, so this is thank you notes, but I think this is for your engagement party and your bridal shower. So more for the bridal shower. And then we have a spot for gifts to give. So this is for the bridesmaids, for the groomsmen, for family, and for friends. Just gives you a spot to jot down what you want to give these people as a gift if that's what you're doing. A spot for your vows. I do really want TJ and I to write our own vows, so that will be nice to have a spot to put that. And then we have just like a final checklist. So we have apparel, flowers, rehearsal dinner, stationery, ceremony, gifts and favors, rings. We definitely have an engagement ring, so I don't want to check anything off though, because maybe this means like things to pack also. So obviously that's going to stay on my finger, so that one's funny. But some people maybe wait until closer to their wedding to get an engagement ring. Maybe they're indecisive or they're having something like custom made. So reception, photography, and also a tipping guide. So this is really good to have. It gives you people who usually it's customary to tip and people who it is optional to tip. So let's see. I thought that was funny that it says it's not necessary to tip the photographer if they own the business. I don't know why that would really make a difference than if they're like a contracted photographer through a bigger company. I like most of this stuff. Okay, so this says today we say yes, so I'm assuming this is more specifically about the day of the wedding. So we have I do day checklist, enjoy a good breakfast, get your hair and makeup done, provide your marriage license to the officiant and witness to sign, and give your wedding bands to the best man to keep during the ceremony. Today I feel post I do day checklist, give someone your dress for safekeeping until you return from your honeymoon. Upon return, send dress for cleaning and preservation. Return formal wear rentals, freeze some of your wedding cake, enjoy your honeymoon, and write thank you notes. We have ceremony participants, good place to keep all of that, and your wedding day timeline. So this has a pre-ceremony section, a ceremony section, cocktail hour section, reception, post reception, and day after. And it has a when, what, where, and who section of each section. Okay, so we have a name change checklist. So this is good. I never like pictured there being so many places where you need to change your name, but I guess that makes sense. So it gives you the places to start first, which is with the Social Security Administration, the DMV. I don't know why they have that twice. It says Department of Motor Vehicles and then your registration car title. So maybe they just mean your driver's license separately, passport, and voter registration. So lots of good stuff to keep in mind when it comes to changing your last name. And then we have more photos about the engagement, and maybe like your engagement party will go here, which I actually have. I don't know where they went, but I did print out some photos from our engagement party that I could put here. Photos from your wedding shower. So this is where it gets kind of more scrapbooky. Photos from your bachelorette party. Photos from your rehearsal dinner. Your wedding day. Oh, lots from the wedding day. That's good. And honeymoon. And then whatever else you want. So maybe if you have like a day after brunch or something like that, you might want to include photos from that. And then just a bunch of pages for notes. So that is really helpful. And then in the back, they have some stickers. So cute. I love all these. Oh, they have month stickers. So that's nice. You don't have to like write on these little tabs. You can just put stickers on them. So that is really nice. I love stickers. And then we have a little sleeve for something that you might need to reference and keep safe. And then a spot that is a folder. So maybe you want to keep like contracts in here from vendors, or you know, anything that you might want to keep in regards to your wedding that needs to go in a folder. So that is it for this wedding planner. I absolutely love planners and everything like that. So I am super happy I picked this one up. It is so inexpensive. I think stuff like this will go for like easily $20, but Aldi really did it. So be sure to head over to your local Aldi if you have one and see if they have this in stock. But if you don't have one nearby, or you just don't have the money, then definitely enter my giveaway. So this giveaway will be ending 1 week from when this video was posted. It will be from January 10th, which is a Friday, until Friday, January 17th. And I usually like to close my giveaways around 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's what we'll do for this one, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You have until then to enter this giveaway. And in order to win this giveaway, you do have to have an Instagram. Unfortunately, if you don't have one, I won't be able to choose you as the winner. So if you want to enter, you can just create an Instagram account really quickly. You don't have to be an Instagram user or anything, but that's just how I do giveaways typically. So I will be posting about this on Instagram. The post will be up if this video is up, and all you need to do is comment on that post and make sure you're following me on Instagram. And it is at Alyssa Nicole Budgets on Instagram. And that's all you need to do to win. The more people that you tag in the post, the better, but you only need to tag one person to be entered once. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm really excited for one of you guys to get this planner, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.